I consider myself a northerner for sure. I grew up in Washington,
Okay.
and went to school in Newcastle. Yeah, I've lived here all my life. I now live in Northumberland, a little town called Cramlington, just
I
north
know
of
Cramlington.
Newcastle.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, it's a great place to live, great place to work. My brother moved down to London. He works there for a media company, and
Okay.
I occasionally go down there to visit. And I can't imagine living in London. It's way too much for me. Way too busy. Way too much. Just everything really.
But
So
just to kind of,
I
if we go off topic, but just related to that, I think
yeah.
it's one of those things that actually I think people often fall into the trap of, the salaries are higher, etc., and they chase just that. But ironically, that if you have a successful business, or even if just your career, whatever, it gets to a certain point where you actually crave the personal time, the freedom, the space, the chance to walk in the countryside, do whatever. And I think often people underestimate how valuable that really is. So it's great to just kind of hear someone talk about it.
Yeah, especially with lockdown, I've been discovering places around where I live that otherwise I wouldn't even realize were there. Literally be, just a few minutes walk from my house. I'm on fields.
Oh, nice.
And I never really explored these areas before.
Hmm.
And I spend quite a bit of time walking around there in sort of March, April, May.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it's so good for your mental health just to go outside and see something natural,
Hmm.
just actually physically seeing a landscape,
I'm with you.
fields, open sky. It does something, mentally and physically
I
to
agree.
you. I think that I think a lot of us, really need.
I went for a run this morning, and until my gym closed, I'd been going to the gym, which is indoors. So I'd get up, get in the car, drive to the gym, go to the gym, which is indoors, get back in the car, come back, spend all day indoors. And this morning I went for a run outside, and it was just after 6 o'clock. It was 3 degrees, I think. But the feeling of kind of the rain and the wind on your skin, it's a more visceral experience, that it's a different experience. It does waken you up in a way that being in an air-conditioned gym on a treadmill just doesn't do. So I
Yeah,
empathize.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
when you were at school,